Welcome to Watching with Styles Tennessee preview. I apologize for yesterday. I actually thought I sent a tweet out saying that I wouldn't be able to do it yesterday because of events and situations that had to be handled yesterday. And it looked like I did not. Still in my draft. And today, I'm going to be doing something shortly, so I had to try to fill this in now anyway. So I'm kind of glad I didn't send it because I would have had to change the time anyway. So, a lot of people probably not going to watch, which would be my fault. So, you will be able to obviously watch it on YouTube. And I will send out I will retweet this and make sure that you get that information. So look, it's a new week. It's a new week. And being at this age, kids forget about things quickly, especially football players. Maybe athletes. They forget things quickly. They rinse that Mississippi State game off their body, probably in Starkville. Hey, what's up, Ben? They probably rinsed that game off of themselves in Starkville and was okay. Trust me, I was on a 1-10 team, and we had a lot of trips back home without a W, a lot. And players are able to adapt pretty quickly or adjust pretty quickly. And if you have any kids, you would know that they do that. So this game is really simple to me. And like I said last week, I was concerned about the Mississippi State game because of their strength was our weakness. That's not the case this week. The only issue I have on offense, there's two issues I have on offense for them. Although they are supposed to be returning a couple offensive linemen and their running back. I really don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. We have to contain Hooker, and we got to be great on the up-tempo. Personally, what I believe is we got to have just a base call. When they go up-tempo in certain situations. They go up-tempo on positive plays. They go up-tempo on run plays or plays where the clock is still running. The thing about it is we just got to be able to get in the call. When I was coached by some great coaches, all they wanted was as long as everybody's on the same page, as long as everybody's running the same scheme, we're good. I think a lot of coaches now try to get too cute or try to make the perfect call on every play. It's almost impossible because how do you know what the offense is going to run? So make a base call. My base call for when I play would be just cover two high safeties, and base 4-3. And just roll with it. Remember, they are running quickly too. So they can't adapt to your defense either. Because they just running plays, regardless of what your scheme is. So let's just get into a base defense and let it roll. The up tempo scares me more than anything. The second will be Hendon Hooker. If we can control both of those, I think we win by two possessions. I think we win by 10 points. If we don't control the up tempo, we can get blown out the gym. It can be that simple. Offensively, it's simple. First, protect the ball. That is it. That's number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Second one or sixth one would be run the ball. Now, here's the thing about football, and it's hard to do something when the game dictates something else. When the game is 14-10 at half, you get the ball first. No, they get the ball first. 17-10, you come out, and you try to run the ball. You ran the ball twice. You fumble on the second one. And that becomes 24-10. It's 2 possessions. A lot of game left. You can still run. You have a bad pass. Now it's 31-10. It's a three possession situation, and the opposing team possesses the ball a long time. Now you can't run the ball anymore. We had 16 freaking plays in the second half with 1 punt. Think about that for a second. When you turn the ball over twice, it's hard, man. It's hard. 16 plays in the second half. I was floored when I started digging for numbers. 16 plays in the second half. You have 16 plays in 1 quarter. Yeah, 16 plays in 1 half. That's the game. You can't turn the ball over. Can't turn the ball over. And I say run the ball. That would be my second, but honestly it is don't turn the ball over, and then execute. It doesn't matter if you pass or you run. If you don't turn the ball over, you'll be able to get Coach Cohen in a rhythm of play calling. You cannot we had 16 plays, and we had 1 drive, a 10-play drive. So think about that. We had a 10-play drive, a 2, a 1, and basically a 3. We punted on 4th down. A 10-play drive, which we scored on. We started with a 2-play drive, a 1-play drive, then we went with a 10-play drive. That's the game, man. You can't do that. So really, it's all about offense. It's just protecting the ball. Really. And then after you protect the ball, then you get into some things. UT secondary is their best position group on that unit. Hands down. The front is decent. The linebackers are not good. But that secondary is pretty good. I like their secondary. So let's just get into it. This is UT against Bama. This was their last game. It's kind of interesting that last 2 teams played Bama. Well, I guess Mississippi State didn't play them last. That Vandy game was just a walkover. They want to run the ball. They really do. They are pretty decent offensive line. Alabama's is not very good this year for some reason. Don't understand, because they have lost players in the past and have just rebuilt. Regrouped quickly. Not this year. They spread you out unbelievably horizontally. Now this is a team for me that I was a big guy on alignment. Their alignments throws all of your what you call it, your chart on what people can run out the window, because they line up outside the numbers, and they could be on the other hash, which is crazy. So they spread you out horizontally, and to me, their offense is simple, and it's like the RPOs is they read the block, they read the box, they count the box, right? They have enough men to block in the box, they're gonna run it. If not, they're going to pass it. It's really that simple. So now they run the RPO. This guy here is everything. Number 5, Hooker is everything to this offense. I am shocked at how efficiently he runs this new scheme. He runs this thing pretty damn well. His IQ has got to be off the chart. Now here's what Alabama does a good job. That was 3rd and 1. Here's what I believe for us. Hooker is no better than Will Levis as far as on paper. I don't think Tennessee's receivers are much better than our receivers. I don't think their scheme is better than our system. The difference really is Hooker has great mechanics, not great. I don't want to use that word. Has good mechanics, and he has that ball has value to him. And when he doesn't see something he likes, he takes off. Good or bad, he takes off. Will doesn't want to take off. And that bothers me because I really, truly believe he's trying to be something to counter what he did at Penn State. So he doesn't want to be the runner. And if you are playing with scared money, you're not going to win. You can't win money playing with scared money. So if his thing is, I want to prove that I'm a passer, not a runner, fine. Totally fine with that. But when your first read, if you want to be just a one-read quarterback, and your first read doesn't look good to you, even if the person is open, if it doesn't look good for you, you take off. Because he's a really good runner. He's proven that. That's the difference to me between him and Hooker. Hooker just doesn't put his team in a bad situation with an interception. And he pushed the ball down the field too. But when it doesn't look right, he takes off consistently. This Bryce Young kid is special. And when some of you haven't followed me in a while, I've been, toot my own horn, I've been pretty good at selecting how guys going to play on the next level. I picked Dak Prescott, my number 1 quarterback, over Carson Wentz. Had Patrick Mahomes, my number 1 quarterback, when a lot of people didn't feel like he was that good. I said Justin Herbert was a factor of Cristobal coming over. He hasn't had the same coordinator in back-to-back years while at Oregon. I said he's a special talent. This Bryce Young kid is a special talent. And here's the thing about talent on the next level. It is not totally about having arm talent. It's about between the ears. And this kid here has it between the ears. Alabama, look at that. Alabama has a pretty damn good offense with really good receivers. And Tennessee is aggressive. They play some man. They mix some coverages up, but they play a lot of man. And we got to beat them when they play man. It's really that simple. So right now, they're playing man. We have to be able to read when they're playing man, all right? They're in a reduced formation, press. Quarterback should be able to see when eyes are on your receiver. If they give it away quickly, they're man. Good pitch and catch. Keep the chains moving. We have to convert on the plays that present themselves. You can run on them. Our Kentucky Valley Life. Here's the thing. You don't know when a guy has a high IQ. It's hard. You can think he does, but it's a lot into it. You got to have a guy who is a football guy. Our Kentucky Valley Life said, I'm hoping that Cohen can bring up us that high IQ quarterback. You can talk. I guess if you can get the quarterback to your camp, and I know they hold these camps, you can get them to that camp. You can get them into the film room. They didn't have it as much when I was playing, and you can probably go over some film and see how high IQ is, just naturally. I guess that is possible. But the thing is you can have an IQ. It's like being able to take tests and being able to apply it when you leave school and go into the real world. You can also be a whiteboard expert, but then when bodies come flying around you, it goes out the window. So you got to be able to have an IQ while things change. It's like when you like all sports, for example, basketball, you can run your set, you can run your inbounds play, you can run your sideline out of bounds play, and you run in practice, and everything in a vacuum is perfect. But then when you get those five guys on the other side of you and they bump a person or they won't let you get to a play, can you adapt? Can you read what they're giving you and play off of that? Some people can't, and not easily. Exactly. When you get punched in the mouth, it does not matter. Just like those pregame speeches. Now, this is a style running back. I'm going to say this about Alabama. Man, their players are football players. See how he's patient? He lets the play develop in front of him as much as possible. Slow into the hole, fast out. That's how, to me, good running backs play. Because you got to let your offensive lineman dictate. Now, there's some plays where the hole opens down, where then you explode through. But you slow to the hole, explode out. Sometimes you have to be a quarterback. This isn't a great route. They are all wrong here. They got two guys less than 5 yards from each other. But he reads, he can get that thing to the outside. Look where he throws it. To the outside. See that? He knows he has space to throw it here. There's no one out there. Even though this route is wrong, throw it out there. Yeah, our Kentucky Valley Life. Give me your real name so I don't have to say the whole moniker. If you don't mind. You're right. Here's the thing with Will. And I say this, I've said this sometimes, a few times, is that Will was a 2018 draft class. Thanks, Joe. Will was in a 2018 draft class and recruiting class. 2018. So that's 3 years that he didn't play real quarterback. He was a specialist basically for Penn State. So 3 years ago was his last time being at the helm and taking all the snaps, looking at all the defenses, adjusting on the fly 3 years ago. And that was in high school. This is his first time seeing defenses like this live. And since he hasn't gone against live bullets since 2018, it's hard. Bryce Young was a 2020 recruiting class. He just played in California 2 years ago. Well, yeah, 2019, 2 years ago, per se. A year. He took a year off. Also, think about this for a second. With Bryce Young, for example. Bryce Young was a scout team quarterback last year. Guess who he was going against? Bama ones in practice every day. He was going against that defense. Last year was a pretty good defense. He was going against a good defense in practice every day. They were giving him a look, preparing for the opponent, but he got a look because he saw them running the opponent plays. So he knows how a good defense can play. So he went from high school to being a scout team on a really good defense, giving them a look. Then he went to starting. So Will Levis had 2018, 2019, and 2020 of not being a starter. It makes a difference. He's quote unquote rusty. And he's in a new system. And he didn't get here until the summer. It was asking a lot. Like Anthony was shocked that he was the starter because it's just a lot for a guy to take on in a condensed time. So he's going to have his ups and downs. I just hope he can have a good game tonight. That secondary is a secondary I like. Those guys will come up and they want all the smoke. Oh, I messed up, guys. My bad. How did I go? Give me a second. How did I get to there? So Tennessee DBs want all the smoke. All of it. They are, to me, a pretty good group for me. I like seeing DBs that are not afraid to hit and they come up, they're aggressive. From what this game, they have pretty good eye discipline. Look at the DB, get off the block. Pretty good eye discipline and want to. They want to hit. There's a difference. There are corners who just want to cover, but they want to hit. And as a corner in this league, you got to want to hit. Because unless you're going to play man-to-man the entire game and you're on the island, right. Look at number 2. Look at that. Ooh, that's what I wish we had him against Mississippi State. Joe, so we really got to have the run game tonight. Joe, I'm not sure I'm going to say that. I'm going to say this. We got to protect the ball. I trust Will to throw the ball 40 times if he's going to protect it. I think we have that capability. I think with the play action fake, though, if you're going to run play action and try to get chunk plays, you have to run the ball. Because if you don't, the secondary isn't going to bite up on stuff. Man, that's impressive. That right there is impressive. So we can get routes on them. We can get routes on them. I think our wide receivers are better than people give them credit for. Quarterbacks just got to get it to him. This guy is special, man. He's got disability on top of it between the ears. Now, Will has that too. When it's not open, Will, tuck it and go. But you got to have pocket presence. And let me go back to this. Like I said, this software is not very good for going back and forth. It's a frame by frame deal. So here's the deal with this play. Let me show you, and I wish I could do it side by side. Will had a play in the game. It was on the Josh Ali. Josh Ali pass at half where he missed him. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say Will is better at play action. I wouldn't, because he's thrown more picks probably on play action than he did in the pocket. His deal is his mechanics and getting his body married with his arm. He's got, as who said, I saw a tweet. I think Ryan Clark said he has arm arrogance. I think that's his word. He has arm arrogance. He thinks he can do whatever with that arm that he wants to. But in SEC, you can't. If you throw behind guys, the DBs are there. They might be beat, but they're not beat that badly. In the Big Ten, some guys are beat by 10 yards, so you can maybe throw it behind them. In the SEC, it ain't going to happen often. And he was good in non-play action against Georgia. He was good in non-play action against LSU because his mechanics were better. He was calmer in the pocket. Here's the deal. Watch Bryce Young pocket presence. All he's doing is sliding. Sliding. See the slide? Slide. Oh, now I got to go. Will has to be more patient and slide in the pocket and not get his feet all crossed up. If he does that, man, he's a good quarterback. But when he doesn't, he's not so good. He doesn't have a gray area right now. He's got to have his mechanics together. So Tennessee, usually in that wide formation, split out, they're going to reduce and they try to get you tight to out leverage you with swing passes or with really a lot of swing passes. So like a reduced formation, they're trying to get someone outside. This is 3rd and 1, I think. That's just a good play by Hooker. He's so efficient in this offense. He's not the greatest of quarterbacks, but he's just efficient. And he's a really good deep ball thrower. Alabama's playing man. I don't think you're going to see much of this for us. They rush forward, but they play man under, single high. I don't think we're going to get too much man under, single high from us. Alabama got beat. You see how the defensive line is still getting back. This is a problem. They up-tempo you. You're not even ready. Them boys tired. They just ran 50 yards. Look at their effort level. This is Bama. Look how high they are. This is what I'm concerned about. See that? No pass rush. They just ran 50 yards. Like I said, I think this game matches up. Even though they up tempo, they're a more traditional RPO spread team. Not a Mike Leach where the running back catches so many. Again, Alabama's in 1-on-1. It seemed like that was a busted coverage. So it's 7-7 in the first quarter. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. The great thing is we're at home. We got some home cooking. I hope the crowd is as loud as they were the last 2 home games we had. Because if they are, it makes a difference for us. Tennessee's defense is decent, but they're not great. If we execute, we got a chance of putting points on the board. I don't think they are any different than LSU. And we hung up 40-something on them. Now, the difference is this is a rivalry game. They're going to be amped. We're going to be amped. We just got to execute. Now, Alabama shot themselves in the foot against Tennessee. That's why this game was close at half. You'll see. Alabama just didn't play their best game, and they had turnover issues that they can't come back from. I don't think we can. Definitely not consistently. This guy is not fooled often, and that's a drop. Now, Alabama missed a field goal. Now, Tennessee gets the ball back. I really like what Josh Heupel has done. I am shocked at how these players have taken on to him so quickly. We got a holding call, and now they're second and long. Obviously, to me, Jeremy Pruitt, I didn't like him as a coach. Old school. Can't do that anymore these days. And Josh came in and giving these kids an opportunity to play with and have fun playing. That to me seems like the difference. There's nobody on the sideline getting into somebody's face like we used to do in the 80s and 90s. Those days are over. Can't do that anymore. And it's hard for some people to adapt to that. Those days are over. The coaches who have adapt to it are the ones who are winning. So, Alabama kills themselves. Look at the last play. They had them 3rd and 28 at getting off the field. They had a roughing the kicker. Tennessee's back on the field. Now watch what happens. Got to make tackles, guys. We got to make tackles. This is Alabama. This is horrible DB work, horrible corner work. And these suckers go, I think, 70 yards for a touchdown. 70 yards after they had 3rd and 28. The guy roughed the kicker. This corner here, this is not good. You cannot turn your hips that far away from the receiver. He's more than 5 yards away. All right? And on top of that, when he gets beat inside, you cannot. Think about this. When he opens his hips, he's going from now, that is a break. He broke himself. Now he's going from 0. He's going full speed. He's going from 0 to try to catch up. You can't. Now, let me show you what you should do. As a DB, if you open up like this and the guy comes inside of you, you, as we call it, speed burst. You go over this shoulder and do a pirouette, and you're not starting from 0 now. And that's how you defend that when you get beat like that. You cannot open your hips. You're at 0. That's ball game. You would never catch up. It's impossible because he already has a head start on you. So that's how Tennessee gets up 14-7. This is a situation where Tennessee wins the first quarter. Here's the deal, right? All these numbers about Tennessee just annihilates people in the first quarter. It is true to a point. South Carolina, and look, you can get them. They playing man. You can get them. They had 28 points in the first quarter of Missouri and South Carolina game. That inflates that number. 28 points in a quarter is ridiculous. And they did it twice. So that's how that number gets inflated. I think it's like 100 something to 30 or 20, and over half of them points, close to half of them points are from 2 games. 2 out of 8 games. Little skew. Alabama's got him. About to score. Fumble. So Alabama just screwed up twice. 3rd and 28. They had them backed up, roughing the kicker. They scored. They coming into March. They getting 3 points. At minimum, they fumble. They had a drive going. Again, 3rd and 1, Alabama killed them. They had points and missed a field goal. So this game, on paper, looks closer than what it really was, in essence. Great blocking out front. We got to block better as receivers, too. We had a couple instances last week, and against Georgia game, obviously, where we didn't sustain blocks. We got to block in open space. You got to be patient with the run. Their defense is going to get you sometimes because they're an SEC defense. You got to be patient and keep pounding the rock. Now, you can see Tennessee likes to stunt on the front some. They want to get some movement to confuse the offensive line. But overall, when you get to them linebackers, man, like the first touchdown where the linebacker missed a tackle right in front of him, they can be had on the second level. They can be had. And we just got to get our guys to the second level, and then hopefully we can just keep pounding them, play action fake, get some chunk plays. You cannot get chunk plays in the offense we run without being good running the ball. This guy's special, man. This guy's special. You heard it here first. He is beyond what some people are saying because, remember, this is first year in the system. We cannot let them win first down. Definitely not consistently. Ooh, that's a good tackle. That's a good tackle. 3rd and 1, they handle them again. That Christian Harris kid is from Louisiana. Number 8, Alabama. From the boot, from Baton Rouge, actually, from the stick. So you saw all these plays earlier where Bama got a yard or 2 yards. They kept pounding the rock. Now they're getting 5 and more. You got to be consistent. You cannot let one drive prevent you from your game plan. If our game plan is to run the ball 40 times, you're not going to get positive yards on all 40. He just took the truck stick out. You're not going to run all 40 times. You're not going to be successful all 40 times. Alabama decided to, in my opinion, to slow the up-tempo down by pounding the rock. This kid sees everything. Telling you, if you're patient in the pocket, go through your reads, he gets to the top of the drop, take a hit step forward, boom, feet under him, everything is married together. Quarterback is all about a mechanics, man. You're not going to be perfect. You're going to have to throw off platform sometimes. But when you can, you have to be sound in your mechanics. When the pressure comes to the middle, you can't step up in the pocket, like right there. But when there's no pressure, you got to step up. Look, they pounding them now. They starting to pound them with the rock. You got to be patient and let your big boys lean on them. Because they don't have much depth on their front either. They're in a situation like us. They don't have much depth. So that first quarter, them first few series, that D-line is going to be amped. They're going to be fresh. But give them a quarter or two. Now that person was a bad pass. The receiver on the inside, to me, should have been a guy. He should have passed it right there. See that? The safety, you read the safety. This guy right here. He's not inside of that kid. He should have threw that ball inside. There's no one here. This linebacker, it's too high to say this linebacker is trying to get in the middle. All he had to do was throw that thing and lead that guy right there. He has no chance of that because he's running backwards. He went to the wrong guy on that one. Look at that right there. Will's got to be a part of the. He's got to be, as I say on defense, the corners have to be an active participant in the run game. As far as defending, Will's got to be an active participant in the run game offensively. They run this fake bubble screen, fake the block, great throw, tutty. So, if you look at this game, no slight to Tennessee, but some people saying Tennessee's going to put up 30, 40 points. I just can't see it. They haven't put up that many points on a good team. They didn't put up 40 points on Ole Miss, and Ole Miss defense isn't good either. So to think they're going to put up that many 30, over 35 points, I just can't see it. I just can't. Now, if our defense gives them freebies, then yes, anybody can score that many. You're going to give up freebies. But we only gave up 31 against Mississippi State, and we handed them 14 of them. I just can't see it. That's just me. But people have put up points on this defense, though. When you up tempo and you don't put points on the board, and you get that offense, here's the thing with up tempo. A defense, if you get them 3 and out, back out the backfield, we can get. I'm telling you, them linebackers can be had, and then they get a penalty. Those linebackers can be had in all situations. I hope Jatan is back, but see, Ross showed last week he can catch the ball. We can get them on those too. With the up tempo, they run so many plays so quickly. If you go 3 and out, it is ridiculously fast. If they go up tempo, usually it's like 30 plays, 30 seconds per play. If they run them off in less than 10, less than 15, they can be back on the field in less than a minute of game time. They can be on the field in less than 2 minutes. They just went off the field. They get right back on in 2 minutes. If they go 6 plays, a 7, that is really equivalent of a 3 and out on a normal team. So that defense is right back on the field again. So that up tempo's gotta move the ball. They gotta give a lot of plays. If not, that defense is right back on the field. Think about that. When you watch it, think about it. If they up tempo and they get 1 first down, that's not enough. They need a lot of first down. They need at least 3. Hooker a bit. I've heard that, Joe. I don't buy into it. I heard it's been an issue. I just don't buy into it with all the technology and extra equipment and hand warmers that you can have. I just don't buy it. That's just me. I just want to show you just how he slides in the pocket. His head is down. He sees a rush. He just slides. Now he's like, that's not open. They get a sack. But it is what it is. But you got to move. You got to have pocket presence. Slide. Run, slide. Look at that. That guy's impressive. All right. That's it. Look, I honestly think this game is ours. We're at home. I want to understand Starkville is a difficult place to play. Period. It just is. It's a difficult place to play. And we have 4 turnovers. For the fans who were just waiting for something bad to happen, I understand that's you. But this team is not bad. And stop for us saying that just because a team, in your opinion, have a down year. Who has Florida lost to? The only bad team they lost to was LSU. They had a tough schedule this year. LSU has some injuries. Just like the thing says, Mississippi State has beat 3 ranked teams. They didn't beat Texas A&M isn't the team that they were when they played them. So like all this stuff is just ridiculous. You win the games that are in front of you. Period. LSU went and beat down Florida. So now, is LSU a bad team? So don't do that to us, to these guys who have worked hard. They have lost 2 games. I'm gonna say this: even if they lose this game, they lost 3 games, guys. 3 games. This is not damn Alabama with a traditional power. We're building their program still. And if we go 9-3, and we win 10 games, and we win to go to a bowl game and win 10. How many times have we won freaking 10 games in this program? Coach Stoops has 1 of them. So stop it, man. Understand? I'm disappointed too. I was drinking the 11-1 Kool-Aid too. But 10-2 is not bad, and 9-3 damn sure ain't bad. So I really think we take this game. I really think we take it 30-27, 30-24, somewhere in that range. I really do. I think the offense bounced back, and Will has, to me, a game like he had against LSU. For me, I think Cohen has to give him shorter passes, easier passes for a sustained time to get himself in the game. I don't think he can throw a deep pass right away. I think you need to get, unless the guy's wide butt naked open, then that's possible. But I really feel like being at home makes a difference. So I really think we pull this game out. So I appreciate you guys who came on this morning. Joe, I appreciate it. Dan came on. And Ben, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and everybody else. I didn't expect it since I didn't send out that tweet. But go Cats, and let's pull this thing out. You guys have a good rest of your day watching these noon games and getting yourself lubed up for that 7 o'clock game. See you guys on Monday. Hopefully, we're doing a positive breakdown. Dan, I appreciate that, man. All right. You guys have a good one.